How should this situation be handled?
That motherfucker, yeah.
A pregnant mother and her 9-year-old son were surrounded and attacked by a group of kids on the street. The surveillance footage from Chicago's South Side is now going viral across the internet. At the time, the mother was simply picking her son up from school and walking home. But at an intersection, a crowd of kids suddenly surrounded them. The situation spiraled out of control instantly. The mother tried to protect her child, but she was grabbed from behind, pulled to the ground, and then attacked by the group. She was pregnant and extremely vulnerable. Her son was terrified, crying and begging for help, yet the kids only became more aggressive. Why were these children acting with such boldness and cruelty? And why did no nearby adult step in to stop it? According to the family, the 9-year-old boy had already been bullied at school for months. The mother called the police multiple times, reported the issue to the school again and again, yet all her pleas were dismissed or ignored. But the question remains, why does it take a video going viral before anyone takes action? What do you think about this? How should this situation be handled?
What's up? This your guy, Jonny-H. Yeah, people. Have you been looking at the news lately? Well, if you have not been looking at the news, there's a story I must share with you. Well, let me tell you, this happens to happen in Chicago. Oh, contraire. Chicago. Well, there was a lady walking down the street by her lonesome, going to pick up her kids from school. Well, she was walking down the street with her daughter and her son, and they was walking down the street just minding their own little business, but somewhere around the line, there were some little kids. I would say in 8th grade, 7th and 6th, something in the sort, maybe 5th too. But anyway, these little kids walking around antagonizing the mother and the child. Well, news have it is, they've been bullying the son for some time now. Well, there's a video surfacing around and it's gone viral. And from what I've seen, the mother has came out and spoken out against the incident. And if you guys haven't seen this disturbing video, I encourage you to watch it. Now, check this sheet out.
Outrage in South Deering after a mother and child attacked on their way home from school. Casey Cronus is live outside of Orville Wright Elementary School with the very latest on this story. Casey, what can you tell us?
Hi, Sylvia. This video is heartbreaking to see. That woman, a 33-year-old, says she was walking her 9-year-old son home from school when they were jumped by a group of kids. And we need to warn you, the video is difficult to watch. We have frozen it before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Porshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking them. Porshonda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him. Here's what happened yesterday in her own words.
So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Minding their business, gets jumped, and guess what happens? there was an uproar. There was a lot of people protesting at the school as well. Well, I don't blame them, because Chicago, there's a lot of things about Chicago that people don't know, and people don't see, and they refuse to show. Well, WGN News was out there, Channel 7 News was out there, a lot of newscasting companies were out there. Newscasting companies. They were out there. It's not for the real reason why. They don't care. All they care about catching the next story. But anyway, the lady was walking down the street minding her business. Her son was being antagonized by some little kids. The little kids jumped the mother, drug her on the ground, which I find quite disturbing. And here's another thing I find quite disturbing, but I will talk about it later in the video, because no one's covering that part. Drug across the street, stomped, everything, ends up in the hospital. Now, social media confirms these stories, and there's a lot of people all over the world calling out these kids. And what I find quite disturbing is the fact that I would say one or maybe two of the mothers came out speaking up for their children, which were the bullies. I can't stand bullies. I hate bullies with a passion. And I have my reasons why. But anyway, the mothers came out, one or two of them, talking as if, like kind of nonchalant, talking as if their kids are quite sorry for what they've done. Well, I don't believe that story at all. Because one of the little girls was out there, seemed like she was unapologetic, but she was apologetic at the same time, with a little smirk on her face. Some people caught it. I caught it as well. If you haven't seen this video, oh boy, check it out right here.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit people
Anybody was to make a mistake, that they was able to come on live in front of a bunch of people that can point and have that thumb point back at them but can't hold themselves accountable, that you would commend that from a child. It's adults that can't do that. So Kamira, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
And we love you. And we gonna hold you in accountability with love and with honesty. And we expect that better. Absolutely.
It's not over. You know you owe that lady a debt. You gonna have to make it right with her. Outside of all of this, you got to make it right with that lady and her family. Because you took the first hit. Regardless of who you was following, you still did it. Whatever you got to do to make this right, you need to try to do it. Okay?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I tell you. You see, this little girl isn't sorry for what she has done. She's not sorry. She's only sorry because she got caught. That's the only reason why she's sorry. Yeah, and one thing I don't understand, that everyone is calling out the mothers in these situations. And I find that quite funny. Because I was in the comments as well. Going in, I asked the question. I said, where were the fathers in these situations? Somehow, the mystery man is always left out of the equation. I always say this, when you're dealing with an arithmetic type of problem, you have to go in all sort of angles, not just go straight for the dotted line. You know what I'm trying to say. You have to make things connect. And if you can't make things connect, you have to start back from the drawing board. Right back from the beginning. Go back to its origin. Now the real problem is this. Now we're going to go to the origin. Where's the fathers in these situations? I don't like the fact that they're only calling out the mothers. And I ask these questions and no one wants to answer them. No one. They always want to leave out the fathers. Why? A man myself. I am a father. I have been in my kid's life from day one. The first day and still to this day on end. There's not one day has passed I haven't been around my children. I have a problem with some men that refuse to be in their kid's life, but I digress. Where are the fathers in these situations? No one seems to call them out. And that is a big stigma in Chicago, Illinois. Why I say this? I'm from Chicago. Been there, done that, refuse to do it again. Oh boy, I have quite stories to tell. But anyway, I've seen Danny Boy out there as well, protesting on behalf of the victims.
Let us speak. God, look who here.
And then yesterday, walking home, they walked home, just jumped all of us.
So now we wait.
Just jump all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking, they followed us all the way.
Now, what they say is they're moving the lady out of that neighborhood, moving her to a better community, maybe a better school for her children. And I don't blame them, because Chicago is the city of, I would call it the city of sin. Top of that, I just don't get it, people. Why these things have to happen? There's so many kids running around without fathers and some without mothers in these situations. That explains why the crime is so high in Chicago. No one wants to seem to talk about these type of situations. They want to overskip these things. Why? Because it makes them look bad as well. I'm not the one. I'm going to call out everything that I see, whether people like it or not. I'm not that type of person who only see one thing and don't see the other. I'm not built that way, sir. I'm just not. Oh my God. I just wish people can do better in the world and just leave people the hell alone. Leave people alone. Let people live in peace. Me personally, I refuse to raise my children in Chicago because I know this city quite well, especially as a black person. Oh, I would say the biggest enemy in Chicago is black people on black. You can't do anything without somebody hating on you. It's hard to achieve anything without somebody trying to take what you have. You can't drive a nice car. You can't have a nice house. You can't do nice things. Well, in certain instances you can, but on top of that, you can't have a nice house. You can't have a nice car and drive around and enjoy it because people will jack you for it. They will rob you, take your things, maybe even take your life. I know these things because I've known people that have lost their lives to crime in Chicago. And I don't like it at all. But when it comes to these kids, they need to be punished. And people are also saying that the mother should be punished, but they leave out the father. Why? The mystery man is always left out of the equation. I just don't get it. But on this channel, the mystery man will always get called out. That's the truth, my friend. And if you don't want people bothering you, don't bother them. Just leave people alone. Leave people alone. These kids need to be punished. I'm sorry. Oh boy. And if you're going to call something out, call out everything. Not just one thing. Because there's two sides to every story. That's your fucking guy. Jonny. Fucking H.